Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you were new here, hi, welcome. My name is Catalina, owner of Krafts Made by Cat, a small business that sells cute handmade goods. And if you're back for another video, thank you for coming back. This video is going to be my first video of 2026. I decided that this first video was going to be a sit down and chat. I kind of wanted to talk about my goals for 2026. I don't have a lot. I haven't really sat down and thought about it. I'm kind of just off the top of my head what I want to do, and I'm kind of rolling with that. So I didn't plan anything for this video. I am just going to have topics of what I want to do this year and hope we do them by the end of this year. Number one, and this is probably the biggest thing, is that I want to be doing bigger markets. So I already am starting to do that. I'm doing more festivals. I'm not looking for smaller markets, which is like, you know, starting off coordinators, small tiny events around me. I'm looking to do bigger, more like festival events that have the history of being a festival, and it's gonna bring the people and so on and so forth. Obviously these small events are fun, but this past year, me doing these small events, it filled up every single weekend, and I could have just sat down and been making more inventory for some of these events rather than going out to them. So I'm trying to do more bigger ones this year. As of right now, I have one at the end of January, one in the very beginning of February, one in the beginning of March, one in the beginning of May, and one in the beginning of October. Obviously, more will be filled up as time goes on. Those are just the ones I've been confirmed, I've paid for, and I'm approved, and they're gonna give me a spot for. So right now I'm working towards, obviously, the end of January event. It is a barbecue fest at a fairgrounds. I don't want to say close to me because there is a fairgrounds closer, but close enough. It's less than an hour away, I think. And I'm working towards that one. And then I have another event, the Strawberry Fest in March at that same location. And it's a big event. They have tons of things. There's contests, there's axe throwing, there's animals, it's a whole thing. So that's why I wanted to do this event, and I'm really excited about it. But bigger events need more inventory, and I currently don't have a lot of inventory after this past holiday season. I didn't have a lot of stuff, and I'm working on making more inventory. Over Christmas break, I was kind of just using up yarn and just using the entire skein, so I have a lot of quantities of certain items, but I don't have all the items I need, so I definitely am going to switch off that a little bit. That brings me to my next point, is that I want to use more yarn this year. The next video that is coming out, this video should be coming out on Tuesday. The next video I'm hoping will come out on Friday. Let me sidetrack. I'll make that the second thing. Second thing is I want to post more content, both on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. It is already January 6th. I have not posted anything on Instagram and TikTok yet, but I do have a couple like series planned for Instagram and TikTok, and I just don't really have any footage for me to post on there right now because I had been working. My dad was at home, football was going on, the holidays, so I haven't really been working in here. I've kind of been working elsewhere around the house, and it just doesn't do as much for recording and lighting and stuff like that. So because of that, I haven't been recording, so I don't really have any footage. So I am hoping to start to film more footage for both Instagram and TikTok, so I can start posting on there hopefully this week. But I won't be upset if I start next week and kind of start my consistency there, because if I try to push it and say, okay, I'll just start now, I might lose my consistency after a week or two, and that's not good for the algorithm. So I'd rather just push it back another week and then start there, and I will have a stack of footage to post. On that same subject, Instagram and TikTok, I think I want to post 3 times a week. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And for YouTube, I want to start posting twice a week. I was doing once a week before Vlogmas, which we don't talk about. I think I got like halfway, and it wasn't working out. I know what I want to do for this year's Vlogmas. The way I was going about it last year was not gonna work. I was pushing editing on myself every single day, and while also market prepping in the beginning, that just wasn't gonna happen. So I failed Vlogmas, but that's okay. I have a different plan for doing it this coming December, and hopefully it will work out and I'll be able to post the whole 25 days or whatever. On top of that, like I was saying, I want to post on YouTube twice a week. Before Vlogmas, I was posting once a week pretty consistently. I missed a couple here and there, but for the most part, you were getting one every 7 days, give or take, for a little bit. I mean, it didn't last long, but for a little bit, that's what I was doing. But I want to start this new year with 2 videos a week. I am late on recording this video. I wanted this video recorded and edited days ago, and I just didn't get around to it. So unfortunately, I am recording this the day that is going to be up, but that's okay. So I think for YouTube, I am hoping to post on Tuesday and on Friday. I think those might be my 2 YouTube posting days. It gives me a big enough gap in between the Tuesday and Friday to edit for Friday's video, and then I have Friday all the way to Tuesday to record and edit Tuesday's video. So I think there's enough of a gap for me to keep up with the editing, while also having to edit short form content as well, while also actually doing all the creation and everything else that goes into it. So I don't know how long this Tuesday and Friday is going to last. I really hope I can stick with it. I might have to go back to 1 week. We'll see. Once a week. But this video is going up today because I am recording this on Tuesday, and I already have Friday's video filmed. So when I edit this video, I'll just edit that video too, and I will have them both up and ready to go for Tuesday and Friday. I can't remember what the other thing I was gonna say was, before I cut myself off with the social media posting. That's okay. Hopefully I'll remember, we'll see. Another big thing, this is probably my biggest goal for this year that is not having to do with content and social media, and it would be, there is a festival, I don't even know if you can call it a festival, technically they call it a market. It's called Market for Makers. It's not just in my city, they do it in tons of major cities. They do it in Houston, they do it in, I think they do it in Miami, they do it in just like major cities like that. If you can think of, I think they do it in San Diego, major cities like that. They do it, like, they do one over the summer, and they do one closer to winter time, closer to Christmas. I am aiming to do the one in November. They haven't posted the dates for my city yet. They have posted some, but not mine, and it's a really big fee. It will be by far the biggest fee I will ever pay. Not ever pay, but up until that point, I will pay to do an event like this. But if I do this event, I am going to want a lot of inventory. I'm talking maybe $20,000, maybe even more than that. $20,000 worth of inventory, which is crazy, while also simultaneously doing other markets. So my goal for this is to set items aside, so when I'm bulk prepping, if I'm making 10 mini turtles, I'll put, 2 or 3 to the side for this event, and we'll slowly build it up as the year goes on. Also, I'd have to pay for this event, so I need to save up for that vendor fee, which is huge in itself. I don't know if I could say it's a huge fee. I'm sure people have paid more than this. It's just huge to me. This is only, I think, my 3rd year doing vendor events, and this is the 1st year I want to do bigger events, so I know they're going to cost more. But this is a lot of money. So we will see. There's a lot that needs to go into this year in order to be able to do that event. So I will be, putting updates and stuff like that in my videos, talking about, continuing to get to that goal of doing that event in market. And doing that event in November. So if you want to see that, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post, so that you don't miss any updates about that event. Also, I post all of my events on my website. I have a markets page that posts the names, location, time, so on and so forth. I did also just completely redo my website. There's currently nothing on there but a custom order form. So I need to add all my new listings, both website listings and event listings, for my QR code or my barcodes and stuff like that. But with my website listings, I kind of want to do it differently this year. I want to have more bigger items. I don't want my whales on there. I don't want my stingrays, the turtle. I don't need the tiny stuff like that. I'm gonna do more bigger stuff. Now we're not talking $50 or more, even just like $30 or $20 and higher. I just want more items that would be worth it to ship on there. Same with my marketplace and same with my TikTok shop. Maybe not my TikTok shop, but same with my marketplace at a minimum, because whether I'm shipping or meeting up with someone, these small pickups for just a whale or a turtle and you're 20 minutes away, the math doesn't add up for me. So I did delete all of my Facebook Marketplace listings. Those will go up at the same time as my website listings, but I need more inventory to take product photos to bring those listings up. So I don't think I'm just going to dump a whole bunch of listings. I think it will be progressive based on what I'm making. And I do also want it to be more I have it and not made to order as well. I think those are the biggest points with my business. Obviously, I have social media goals that I want to hit, like follower wise and so on and so forth. Subscriber wise for YouTube, stuff like that. I am not going to say them out loud because it will jinx them, but I do have goals. I wouldn't say monthly, but by the end of the year that I want to hit. I still can't remember that thing that I was going to say, and I don't think it will come back to me. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I think I just figured it out. I think I was saying that I want to use up more yarn. So yes, that's what I was saying. Okay, so the video that is going up on Friday is my how many skeins of yarn I used last year. So I kept all the labels for the most part, and I counted them up. Speaking of which, that number is off by a couple. I found, I think, 2 or 3 more labels after that. So whatever the count is in the video, up it by 3. If you watch this one first and then you see that one, it's 3 more than whatever I said. But it's rough numbers anyway, because in the beginning I didn't keep all my labels, but that's alright. But I do want to use up more yarn, so I've been working on getting rid of all of my burlap blanket because that is harder to get. So I'm switching to Premier Basics, Premier Chenille Basics, something like that. From Premier, and I also switched to Premier Parfait Chunky instead of Sweet Snuggles Light, so I can just buy all of my yarn from the same company. I don't like that I can't buy it in store. I have to get it shipped, which is really frustrating. But Michaels discontinued a lot of their colors. Now it's a very limited selection for the Sweet Snuggles Light and Chenille Home Slim, and Joann's went out of business. And Hobby Lobby has a completely different line. It's all their stuff. Sometimes I use it. Will I? Probably not. Maybe a little bit. We'll see if it's like completely different brands. But other than that, I am switching to Premier. So I'm working on getting rid of all of my yarn. I worked through not quite a bit, but quite a few. I don't want to say quite, because it's not a lot compared to what I have left, but a good amount of skeins before the end of the year. That's what I was doing over break. I was using up the entire skein, making turtle shells, squid bodies, loaf cats if I was using the right color. What else was I making? Seahorses. I was also doing seahorses, axolotls, chubby dinos, mini octos. That's what I was doing with blanket yarn up until I switched back to chenille yarn. I do also have quite a bit of discontinued Sweet Snuggles Light in both their variegated colors. The variegated, all but 3 are discontinued. And then the floral line, they still have this, all of their floral colors, but so does Premier, so I'm getting rid of Michaels because the yarn is thicker. So I'm working towards using all of that up with sea turtle shells, whale tops, jellyfish tops, things of that sort. But because my market prep needs to really crunch down, I need to actually start creating these items and not just making the pieces and not completing anything. I am going to slow down on using up an entire skein at once and more just making inventory for what I need, because the inventory I have is nowhere near sufficient for what I need for this market. I don't even know what my inventory number is at. I can try to look at my spreadsheet. I don't know how accurate it is from what my inventory numbers were, because I know I counted afterwards and I know I wrote it down. I just don't know if I updated the spreadsheet, and I don't think I did, but maybe somewhere around $2,000. It's nowhere near what I want for this event. My goal for this event was 10 grand, and I want 10 grand again when I do the Strawberry Fest at the same location in March. If I'm sitting at 2 grand and I started January 6th and the event is on the 24th, that is insanity. So I'm going to try to record and update you guys as much as possible with market prepping, because I really want to hit that goal, and I don't know if it's going to be possible. So I am crunching down on market prep this time. Now I'm going to start finishing things. I am waiting for a check to clear for an event. I am in it, but I'm just waiting for the check to clear, and because of that, I'm not touching my bank account, just because I'm not going to spend that much money, but I still don't want to risk it. So I haven't been spending any money until the check clears, and it's supposed to clear this week, hopefully. That's what she said, and I'm just waiting on it so I can be good and then go back to buying things. I think I want to make all of my turtle bodies in a sparkle cream color instead of making the bodies solid color match the shell. That's too much. If I just make it all in cream color and it sparkles, it'll be better. So I need to get that yarn, but it's at Hobby Lobby. So I'm still waiting, but I can only wait so long, so eventually I'm just gonna cave and buy it anyway. And I think a couple other things. I'm gonna need more stuffing. I'm gonna need more safety eyes while I'm doing this market prep. Because those are the two things I run out of. I have the yarn. I need more stuffing. I have some. I'm still good for a minute there, but once I start stuffing all the stuff I market prepped over the holidays, then I'm gonna have to buy more, and I'm gonna have to buy more safety eyes, mainly 12mm, because that is my go-to size for most everything that I sell. Like actually sell my bigger items, I use bigger eyes, but most of my items are on the smaller side that I market prep, so I use a 12mm, so I need way more of that. So I'm kind of just waiting, which is why I was just using yarn and nothing else. But now I'm going to start putting it all together. So if you would like to see any of that, like I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you will be notified when I post. Also, don't forget to like and comment if you guys have any questions for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!